Hey everybody, my name is Sam.
And I'm Angela, and welcome to our channel.
Welcome back to the first video of a playlist of series of videos where we will take you through the complete installation of a multi-zone mini split in our mobile home.
Yay! This first video is going to be kind of like a mini split 101, where we answer some of the most common questions that we had whenever we first got ours. So, first question, what is a mini split?
Great question. A lot of people hear the term mini split and may not know exactly what it is that's really happening. Basically, a mini split is just a heat pump. It is just separated or split into two units. There's a part that is inside, that's what blows the air in your house. It's called an air handler. And then there's a part that sits outside your home, and that's where the compressor, the condenser, and all the refrigeration activity or exchange of heat happens. Mini splits are capable of both cooling and heating your home. Depending on your system, it may be different, but our system exactly can only heat all of the time or cool all the time. It's not a bi-directional multi-compressor pump because basically to heat or cool, it changes the direction of the heat transfer. One of the other considerations or questions is why would somebody choose a mini split as opposed to a larger traditional unit or just using window ACs?
Well, over a traditional unit is cost. For us in a mobile home, we were going to have to put in all new ductwork underneath the house, and which gets really costly. And this is something that just goes on the side of your house, so it's not messing up underneath or anything like that. It is nice over the window unit because, one, it's not like impeding your views through your window, and it is more energy efficient and it cools a lot better.
Plus, mini splits will heat your home in the winter. Window ACs, not all of them do. They are now coming out with new window units that do both, but not all of them do, not unless you get really expensive.
So how much do mini splits cost?
Good question. And the answer is it depends.
Of course.
At the time of filming this and doing our research and everything, which is middle of 2021, the prices for mini splits range from $800 for a single small size unit up to probably $4,000 to $5,000 for multi-zone big ones that run a lot of square footage for homes. For our particular unit, which is 3 separate zones and runs about 27,000 BTUs, we're looking at about $4,000 price tag. Now that covers electrical, it covers the units itself, the line set covers, the things that make it pretty. That's what I would ballpark everything all said and done. It's very difficult to give exact price and costs because how you install it, where you install it, and how long your runs are to your units is all going to affect your cost. For a 3-zone unit on our single-wide mobile home, ballpark $4,000. Alright, so here's a question. How do you know what size mini split to get? How do we know?
We kind of knew from the window ACs that we had in our house beforehand. Same thing for how many zones we needed. We needed one in the center of the house, which needed the most square footage, the highest BTU, and then one in each of the bedrooms on either side of the house, a smaller BTU because they're not very big bedrooms.
So if you're not entirely sure or you don't have the luxury of running window ACs like we have for a couple of years, there are sizing calculators and everything of the sort. Probably, if I was to give you any advice, get as large of one as you can or you can afford, because it's always better to have more than you need than not enough for what you need.
It won't have to work as hard to heat with a higher BTU in a smaller space.
Right, exactly. One of the things we did as far as researching this before we ever bought our unit for our home was trying to decide and do a little cost analysis between, do we buy one big multi-zone unit or would we be better off buying a couple of smaller units? So in our case, getting the one big one was the most economical, but it also was the most pleasing aesthetically. We didn't want to have multiple outdoor condenser fan units going on here on our property, and even with, you know, if that wasn't as much as a hurdle, we would still have the problem of we'd have to run more than one dedicated circuit to power everything, and copper wiring and electrical costs can get expensive pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
In addition to that, we were able to reuse our electric furnace wiring and circuitry because we took out our electric furnace, and that was able to really negate all of the electrical costs. So that was a big driving factor for us as well. All right, tell everybody about the various places they can buy these and their purchasing options and where we got ours from.
Well, of course, as in just about everything, you can go on Amazon and find what you need. You can also go to your local HVAC place or some of the HVAC places online. We actually chose to go through Home Depot on their website. They had a lot of customizable kits, packages that you could buy, and they had in stock the size that we wanted with like free shipping, wasn't it?
Yep, free freight shipping, everything, plus the kind of I guess layer of comfort or safety blanket. We figured if we had problems, we could go to Home Depot. We could take this to Home Depot and say, fix it. As you said, Home Depot did have a lot of customizable kits, and that mainly was cool because of the line sets, the actual length of refrigerant lines to go from point A to point B. They had everything where you just picked the footage runs and it was just once and done. Other places, online retailers and such, you had to figure out and had to add this set in and add the line set and then the couplers, and it just got complicated quick. Home Depot really made it simple. Okay, for the viewers who may not know, or of our viewers who maybe missed the part in the video where we talked about removing our electric furnace and going through the whole rigmarole that led us this direction, tell them that story.
Well, first of all, our furnace was from 1987, 88, somewhere around there.
Old.
So it was not energy efficient at all. We could visibly see a difference in our power bill just using the furnace overnight.
Yeah, we're talking $15 a day in additional electricity costs because we get daily reports. $15 a day to run that sucker.
So we had decided to go a different route. We contacted one of the really good HVAC companies in our area to come out and give us a quote on what a traditional unit would be, as well as mini splits for our home too. We were absolutely flabbergasted by what they told us.
Sticker shock.
For a traditional unit heat pump that would sit outside, it was going to be $14,000. We were hoping for like half of that. We were thinking like maybe $7,000. So yes, sticker shock.
Big time.
For a 3-zone Mitsubishi unit, it was going to be $10,000, which was still above what we were thinking for the traditional unit. So since we do DIY for everything else, we figured we would look out there and see what kind of companies offer DIY packages. And that's when we found Mr. Cool.
Which was pretty much the only one, or the most notable, well-known, I'll trust spending a ton of money on company. All right, a little bit of a spoiler. Obviously, for us to have all this information, the mini splits are already installed. Even though this is the first in the series, everything's done. So we have the luxury of telling you and answering this question: how DIY is Mr. Cool units? In the end, really, how DIY are they?
It's actually very simple. You don't need any special techniques, or I think the only special tool we really needed was a 3.5-inch hole saw, and that was to go from the inside wall to the outside wall to run the
refrigerant lines. Yeah, all the stuff.
To run everything through the wall. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly tools that you already have on hand.
Yeah, any tool that an average DIYer should already have, you will be able to have to install these. As far as heaviness of the pieces and physical abilities to move things, your outdoor unit is the most heavy. But luckily it stays on the ground and you don't have to pick it up and move around much. If you need to, you could use a hand truck for something like that, or a dolly. We call them dollies, but I guess hand truck's the more universal term. That's probably the heaviest part.
It is.
Outside of that, you just take it a step at a time, and it really is a DIY solution.
It is.
Which you guys will see with our future videos or the rest of the videos in this playlist. Alright guys, so there is Sam and Angela's Mini Split 101 Primer. Consider it course number 1 complete. You've answered a lot of the questions we had when we first started learning about this, as well as give you some details on where to get stuff from and things of the sort. There is a full playlist linked down below that will take you through the start to finish complete installation of the multi-zone unit in our mobile home. So if you are here and you're ready to learn, look down below. There's other videos that'll be linked down there very soon, if not already. We are by no means professional mini splitologists, but we have installed a system. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them for us down below. We'd love to read them, and we'll try and be as helpful as possible.
Well, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on the homestead.
See ya.
Bye.